Imagine a world without pizza. No ketchup for your fries. No pasta marinara. No salsa. No shakshuka. No butter chicken. Remove one ingredient and half of global cuisine collapses. That ingredient is the tomato. 190 billion kilograms harvested every year. Present in kitchens across 170 countries. But here is what most people never think about. The tomato in your ketchup spent 3 days as liquid in a factory. The one in your canned sauce was picked, crushed, and sealed within 6 hours. And the Supreme Court once ruled that this fruit is legally a vegetable. Here is how one plant conquered the world. The tomato started as a wild vine in the Andes Mountains 75 million years ago. The original fruits were tiny, sour, and toxic. They contained alkaloids meant to kill anything that tried to eat them. Then humans intervened. Mayan farmers in the Yucatan began crossbreeding varieties around 5000 BC. By the time Spanish conquistadors arrived in 1519, the Aztecs had developed dozens of cultivars. They called them tomatal, meaning fat water. The first salsas were already being served with tortillas. When tomatoes reached Europe, people refused to eat them. The plant belonged to the nightshade family, cousins of deadly belladonna and mandrake. Italians called them poison apples. The French named them love apples after the forbidden fruit of Eden. In England, wealthy aristocrats who tried them died, not from the tomato itself, but from lead leaching off their pewter plates. The superstition held for 200 years. Then, Naples changed everything. Volcanic soil from Mount Vesuvius produced tomatoes so sweet and vibrant that locals started cooking them into flatbread. Pizza was born. Within decades, canning technology allowed San Marzano tomatoes to ship worldwide. The fruit that terrified Europe became the foundation of Italian cuisine, and eventually the entire processed food industry. But here is the thing nobody tells you about how your tomato products are actually made. It starts in the field. Commercial tomatoes are harvested by machine, not hand. A single harvester moves through rows at 5 kilometers per hour, shaking plants and catching fruits on conveyor belts. Within minutes, tomatoes travel from vine to truck. Within hours, they reach the processing plant. Speed matters because tomatoes begin degrading the moment they leave the plant. Every hour of delay means lost flavor, lost color, lost quality. At the factory, tomatoes enter a water flume that washes off dirt and sorts by density. Ripe tomatoes float differently than unripe ones. The sorted fruits pass through steam chambers heated to 100 degrees Celsius for 60 seconds. This loosens the skin. Mechanical peelers strip it away. What remains goes into a pulper that separates seeds and fiber from flesh. Now the processing splits depending on the final product. For canned whole tomatoes, peeled fruits drop directly into cans with tomato juice and citric acid. The cans seal and enter retort cookers at 121 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. This kills all bacteria and creates a shelf life of 3 to 5 years. For tomato paste, the pulp enters evaporators. Water boils off under vacuum at temperatures below 70 degrees. This preserves color and flavor while concentrating solids. Industrial paste reaches 36% solids, 6 times denser than fresh tomato. 1 kilogram of paste requires 6 kilograms of raw fruit. For ketchup, paste mixes with vinegar, sugar, salt, and spices in heated tanks. The mixture cooks for 30 to 45 minutes, then passes through homogenizers at pressures exceeding 150 bar. This creates the smooth consistency. The word ketchup comes from the Chinese ketchup, meaning fermented fish sauce. British sailors brought the concept home. Americans added tomatoes centuries later. The entire journey from field to sealed container takes less than 24 hours for premium brands. Cheaper products use frozen pulp from months earlier. But wait, there is a quality angle nobody mentions. Not all canned tomatoes are equal. San Marzano tomatoes from Mount Vesuvius carry DOP certification, a legal guarantee of origin and processing standards. Generic canned tomatoes often come from California or China, picked for yield rather than flavor, processed from concentrate rather than fresh fruit. The difference shows on the label. Look for whole, peeled-in juice rather than puree. Check sodium. Premium brands contain 200 milligrams or less. Budget brands exceed 400. Added calcium chloride keeps cheap tomatoes firm but creates metallic aftertaste. Here is where the story flips. In 1883, American tomato farmers sued the federal government. Imported fruits entered tax-free, while vegetables faced heavy tariffs. The farmers wanted tomatoes classified as vegetables to block foreign competition. The case reached the Supreme Court. Botanically, tomatoes are fruits. They grow from flowers and contain seeds. But the court ruled based on common usage. Tomatoes are served at dinner, not dessert. Vegetables they became. To this day, U.S. law classifies pizza as a vegetable in school lunches if it contains 2 tablespoons of sauce. Next time you stand in the canned goods aisle, check 3 things. First, the origin. DOP San Marzano means volcanic Italian soil and strict processing standards. Product of Italy without DOP means Italian canning but possibly imported tomatoes. Second, the ingredients. Premium canned tomatoes list only tomatoes, tomato juice, salt, and citric acid. Calcium chloride or added sugar means lower-grade fruit. Third, the price. Authentic DOP San Marzanos cost $4 to $6. Generic whole tomatoes cost $1 to $2. The difference is whether your sauce tastes like tomatoes or like tomato-flavored product. For ketchup, check sugar. Premium brands contain 4 grams per tablespoon. Budget brands exceed 8. That can on your shelf traveled from field to factory in hours. The ketchup in your fridge descends from Chinese fish sauce. One fruit, legally a vegetable. That's the process. We reveal how things actually work, one story at a time. If there's something you'd like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.